with power. I am the power goddess. I feel the power. I co-create with God. I fill with truth. I am the truth goddess. I feel the truth. I co-create with God. I fill with light. I am the light goddess. I feel the light. I co-create with God. I fill with love. I am the love goddess. I feel the love. I co-create with God. I fill with peace. I am the peace goddess. I feel the peace. I feel the peace. I feel the peace.
Good morning and welcome to your Isle of Tranquility in a sometimes sea of confusion. I'm Maxine Kaye, spiritual leader of the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living in Paoli, Pennsylvania, where we learn, embody, and practice the principles of science of mind. And in this way, we enhance our lives personally and we uplift the world. We truly can make a difference, and we do. So wherever you may be on your spiritual path, you're welcome here, and you're loved. Thank you for being here with us today. Our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our mission is creating a world that works for all. And our purpose statement is, and please say it with me if you care to, living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And I'd like to welcome everybody who's saying hello to us on our stream already. That would be Joe and Stephanie and John and Sarah. Okay, and the rest of you coming on in. Thank you. All right, so this spirituality works, and it does. So now we're going to have an opening song by Faith Rivera, and it's called, it's called This Thing Called Life.
Today is the day I will change my luck. I will fight 3 pennies and there'll be heads up. I will walk like a queen in my tennies and jeans, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. Yeah, today is the day I'll remember to see only good, only God happening through you and me. I will not forget all the treasures due me, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this thing called life. Yeah, from the known to unseen, everything in between, I am part of this thing called life. I am one with this thing called life. Yeah, today is the day I'll be more of myself. Love my skin, where I've been, and everyone else. No more push, no more pull, simply flow as I go, 'cause I know where I come from. From the stars and the sun, from that magical one, I am part of this this thing called life. I am loved by this thing called life.
Thank you, Faith. Nice way to begin. I think it must be meditation time. Do you know the word inspire means to breathe in? The word conspire means to breathe with. So let's have a divine conspiracy. Let's take a deep, holy breath of spirit in. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. And let's breathe together and enjoy a sacred conspiracy. There is one, only one. And that one has brought each of us into being, beautifully crafted from the love and the wisdom of God. As you fill up with the divine presence, remember who you are and how all things are possible because of whose you are. Remember that nothing is done by our own hand. So let's surrender to that intelligent, creative power and presence, and invite Spirit to move through us now with grace, with ease, and with great success. Envision your life filled with joy and the world moving in harmony. Connect in the deepest level of your heart with others in your world, those close to you, others not yet known to you, and join in love and purpose to create a planet of peace and a human race of rightness. Let's go into the silence for a moment to establish this vision deeply in our hearts. And now feel this divine energy and productive power moving through you, moving through everyone, harmonizing, elevating, and cherishing all humanity as it restores the earth to health, and all of us to peace and power. All is well. And now let's welcome our practitioner, Sarah Funk, to begin with an opening treatment. Sarah?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Sarah Funk. I'm a religious science practitioner at this center, and I am bringing you the treatment for today. And before I start, I wanted to read a small quote for you The world will perform its magic when you step into yours. And I think that's very appropriate for these times. And so let us go within now and step into that magical place within. That place of peace, that center, that is the true expression of our being. This is the place where God resides in each and every one of us. This is our gift. This is the joy, the beauty, the peace, power, light, and love. That is God in expression. And as this power lies within each and every one of us, we all have the choice, we all have the opportunity to serve one another, to serve our community, and to serve life. Returning to that creative intelligence. A grateful thank you for this gift of being able to be we want them to be. Coming from that place of power and peace. Knowing that as we do so, we help to make the world a better place. A place of kindness and love. And I know for each and every one of us, during these challenging times, we find when we turn to God, when we turn to that spirit within us, all is well. All is in divine order. And we move forward, serving one another, serving our community, and serving God. For this and so much more, I am deeply grateful and thankful that this is so. As I release this treatment into God's holy law, knowing it is already acted upon and done, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Sarah. And now it is our demonstration time. And that means that someone in our community has utilized the principles that we teach here to allow something wonderful to emerge in his or her life. And today, our demonstration will be given by Reverend Mike Curtis.
Well, thank you. Hello, everybody. Has anybody out there ever had any computer issues? Well, I had a computer issue this last week in which I lost my hard drive. Now, when you use your hard drive, that can create a few difficulties, except most of us have it backed up. And I thought I had mine backed up. But no, it wasn't backed up, not the database that I needed. So it was creating some frustration. But I was surprised at how well I was handling it, because I declared that God perfects all that concerns me. And I went into treatment, and I knew that nothing is lost and that God always perfected that which concerns me. So even though I had gone online and made some phone calls and had computer experts try to help me not once, but twice, and they couldn't find anything. And even though I opened up this one file 3 times and there was only one entry in it, this time I opened it up and it was all there. Miracles happen. And actually what they are is just normal applications of the science of mind principles. This stuff does work. It seems like a miracle, but it works. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Mike. I'm sure many of you can relate in our computer world. Isn't it wonderful to know that principle works anywhere, within everyone, and for every reason? And now we are going to speak our affirmation for the day. Please join me if you care to. I value the wisdom and compassion of Spirit as I intentionally voice truth on my tongue and join with others in sacred co-creation of a world that works for all. Okay, kids, I'd love to have a few words with you. Thank you for joining us on this gray, beautiful fall Sunday morning. Great day to be inside doing games and having fun. You know, when my kids were little, they used to play with Lincoln logs. Are there still Lincoln logs? Maybe you don't know about Lincoln logs, but I imagine you've liked Legos. My grandchildren love Legos. They build the most amazing things with them. How about jigsaw puzzles? That's a great rainy day activity to do with the whole family, isn't it? And how about other things that you can put together? I know how clever you are and how creative your little hands are. Your little hands getting to be bigger hands all the time. Isn't it fun to build things? Yeah. Isn't it fun to figure things out and to get creative? Isn't it even more fun to work with other people on these fun projects? It is, isn't it? So what Susie doesn't think of, Jimmy might. And so it's really cool to let these great ideas flow into your game or whatever it is, your project that you're building, the tower as it goes up. Let's put this piece here and that piece there. Working together is it's a very fun kind of thing to do. And I just noticed that Yoga decided she'd been on that chair long enough. Isn't it great that we have independence? We can do what is appropriate. And for her, it was appropriate to say, I need to get down from there and do something else for a while. So when we're working together with each other, it's the same thing when we're working together to make the world a better place. Yeah? And I know that you're doing your part to make the world a better place. We work together to help the earth become cleaner. And I know how green you are. I know how you recycle. I know how clever you are and intentional you are about your use of our products and doing what we can to keep the earth cleaner and healthier. I appreciate that so much. And we share our thoughts with each other and get excited about, well, what else can we do to make it better? We're bringing more love and more kindness to other folks. I keep reading these wonderful things about kids and teens working together to make wonderful things happen in a very difficult time right now, about bringing food to people who cannot leave their houses. It's great to know that young people, you, are really caring about making a difference and working with each other and the adults to make this world a happier, kinder, better place to be. There's always something that we can do on our own and always something we can do with groups of people. So let's get real about how really creative we can be and open our hearts and our minds to working with each other to make a difference. You're doing it already. Thank you for all the difference you're already making in the world. Working together, working with clarity and with joy and knowing that God, by means of us, can do all wonderful things. God bless. See you soon. And Yoga can be where she wants to be. Right there in the front of the stage. She says, Mom, it's my turn. And now she wants to have a few words with the adults. This is the last Sunday of October. And the month of October here has been all about living our values. And we've been sharing our values, a couple or three at a time, each Sunday, that come right from our Policies and Procedures Manual here at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And today's are the values of co-creation and service. And the quote from our core values is, "The universal creative process brings all material manifestation into being through thought. God thinks, and the world comes into being. Similarly, humankind uses this universal process to co-create our personal and collective world. Generous, joy-filled service to others is a spiritual practice of oneness with Source and with all sentient beings. It is a spiritual path of compassion, otherwise known as seva. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Notice I started in English this time. I could have said, I didn't, but I could have said, NRK and hologos, kai hologos NRK. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word is God. This intentionality is the beginning of every creative process. Setting the intention, whether it's the infinite mind of God or you and I using this beautiful infinite mind, participating in the creative process by speaking our word of truth, truth on our tongue. That comes right from Emma Curtis Hopkins. Truth on our tongue. Isn't that a beautiful thought and phrase and feeling? That there's been too much of the other stuff on our tongue and it doesn't taste very good. So let's begin to bring truth, only that which is life affirming, into our speech, into our thoughts, into our feelings, into our beliefs, into our patterns of belief in our subconscious mind. That's the work we're all about, of course. Everything begins at the center and radiates outward. Whether it's a seed that ultimately opens itself as that flower or that plant or that tree, or whether it's a divine creative idea that you have planted in the infinite subjective mind that accepts that new idea as the seed is accepted in the soil for the gardener and grows it because we water it with love and we water it with faith. We don't plant the seed of intentionality and then wonder, is that going to happen? We don't want to add doubt. Those are adding weeds to our garden of mind. And we want to keep it clean and clear and plant only that which is beautiful, that which is true, because we are co-creating our lives. It's God working through us at all times. We don't do anything by ourselves. But we are co-creating our individual personal lives and the world vision itself. We must enter in. We're happy to enter into the celebration of a new world dream. First of all, we return to Source, to first cause, divine mind. We let the creative process manifest through us, just as the infinite does. The difference, besides the magnitude, the difference is that the infinite mind of God is allowing the creative process to work from its heart into the world, is that there is nothing in between the thought, the intention, and the reality and its manifestation. Because there's nothing that it needs to go through except its own divine intentionality. With us, we often need to clean something out that is within our subconscious mind that is not producing the wonderful effect we desire. There might be some doubt. There might be some anxiety. There might be an old subjective pattern that says, no, I don't really deserve this, or I'm not sure that can happen. And so the creative process would work just as perfectly through our individualized use of infinite mind as it does through the infinite mind if we didn't have these things that block the way. Mental blocks, emotional conflicts. That's why we do our beautiful spiritual work. That is part of the work that we do here in this beloved teaching. Because we're clearing our instruments continuously, becoming cleaner, more receptive, beautiful instruments through which the creative process can bring about what we are thinking about and desiring. We must begin at the beginning, first cause. I want to know and to feel that divine presence without any blocks whatsoever. And I was thinking just this morning, rather than jumping to a conclusion, we want to have that leap of faith. Now, the leap of faith is not across tall buildings. We don't have to be Superman or Superwoman. The leap of faith usually is a very small little hop. It's like the baby step, taking a baby step. And you know that the baby step is a big deal to the baby. It's a big deal to us to take a leap of faith, even though it's not very far. It just goes often from the head to the heart. This 18-inch journey. We know, we read, we believe, we know that this science of mind is a very effective philosophy and it is working in the world, but until we embody it, till we experience it, embrace it and allow it to embrace us, we might be less effective in our spiritual mind treatment work. Everything begins at the core of our being. So let the core of our being be whole and complete and perfect and faith-filled. There's no room for doubt there, and we want not to jump to any false conclusions. The sheer joy of co-creation with Source is the greatest gift that humanity has. It's a great joy. We need to remove, release, transform any anxiety, any doubt, any fear that could get in the way of that feeling of sheer joy for being a part, an essential part of the creative process that loves working through us to co-create a world that truly does work for all. And that includes the joy of giving back, the joy of serving. Seva is the Sanskrit word. It's been around for centuries because the ancients knew that that was the pathway to our fulfillment. If we do our work because we want our paycheck, that is not sufficient intention. We do our work to serve a higher purpose. That makes our work a delight, and it makes it more successful. And by the way, it also helps to increase our prosperity. That simply goes along with the intention. We're doing what we are here to do, giving the gifts that we've been given to give, using our talents for good, to make a difference in our lives, in the lives of our loved ones, and in the lives of our community and in our greater community, this beloved world itself. Isn't it beautiful to realize that there's something bigger than those small little concerns that we pull out our hair about? I'm not pulling out my hair, see? It just keeps growing. Everything begins at the core of our being, so let's go to the core where everything is whole, complete, and perfect, and begin our spiritual work right there. The joy of co-creation, the greatest gift that we have. The creative, intelligent activity loves working through us. Let it. Don't block it. Don't bring up anxieties and unknowns. I know we're living in an uncertain world right now, but you know what? At the core of your being is complete certainty, because that's where the presence of God abides always. Never leaves, cannot. We cannot leave the presence of the divine, except in our human forgettery. We can temporarily have some spiritual amnesia, and we forget that we can never be outside this loving presence. We can never be outside this creative possibility. We are forever and ever living and dwelling and having our being right here in the heart of God, which loves expressing through us. We're here very much on purpose. We're here to let the divine manifest in, through, and as us, and to express itself and experience itself in this world. And we are here to serve a greater purpose. We are here to serve ourselves and each other. We're here to serve a greater vision of our world and the way we know that it was intended to be. It's joyful to vision with our community. Our spiritual community has had a number of visionings, and we'll have more, because it all begins within our hearts. And when we share our hearts with each other and we allow these creative ideas to come forth, it's magnificent, the things that come up. This is our center. We share it. It is God's center, and we are the hands and the feet and the hearts and the minds. We are the fingers and the toes. We are the ones who comprise this beautiful organism. And as we recognize that we need one another to complete the whole picture, it becomes a delight to work together in our visioning, in our clarity, in our joined spiritual mind treatments. We have a beautiful practitioner corps. They sometimes are called the God Squad. And they are maintaining that high watch, that great consciousness of possibility in the midst of so much uncertainty. Because inside, at the deepest level of our being, there is absolute surety. There is certainty. There is the eternal life of Spirit itself, which created you and me out of its very being, has never left us, cannot do so. And as we return to our center, we begin to do our co-creative work with grace, with ease, and with power. The power of love, which is greater than anything else that may be going on out there in the world or within ourselves that we're ready to heal and transform. We leave the limitation of current events long enough to formulate a new, entirely new idea for humanity and for planet Earth. You see, humanity is at a point of new possibility. We are at the tipping point. Let's nudge it in the right direction by coming together with a clear intentionality to co-create a world that works for all, and to serve this divine intention as we serve one another with the greatest gifts that we have been given: our love, our compassion, our creativity, our kindness, our power, our wisdom. It's all here, and we are ready to use it. And the more we use the power of good to make a difference in the world, the more it uses us. You know, Ernest Holmes said, with every talk that he began, there is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. And we came to understand then, there is a power for good in the universe, and it can use you. This power needs you and uses you as we open up our hearts and our minds to the realization that we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are those pure instruments of divine intentionality, opening ourselves more and more every moment, every day, to the new possibility. How glorious it is to be these instruments through which this creative activity, the divine creative process, works. How the divine shows up in the world. It's joyous to recognize that that's truly who we are and whose we are and what we are here for. Remember what the fabulous anthropologist Margaret Mead said. Never doubt that a small group of committed people, of committed citizens, can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. We are a group of committed world citizens, ready, willing, and very able, with the presence of the divine within us, powering us, to make this difference in the world, to bring about a new vision, a new world dream that we're ready to have come true. As J. Scott Neal says, your dreams will come true when you do. We must remain true to our identity in the beloved presence of Spirit, our identity as individualized manifestations of this one perfect life, ready to bring forth the new idea, ready to allow the vision to have us. Where there is no vision, the people perish. We must maintain this vision of possibility, of kindness and compassion, of justice and possibility, of fairness, of peace, of prosperity, for ourselves, for our beloveds, and for our beloved world and community. Let's dream this new world dream. And let's realize that just as there is no crying in baseball, there is also no fear in the creative process. It has no place there. If we notice, and we do notice on a daily basis, we notice the anxiety begins to creep in. There is no room for this in the creative process. And knowing this, we get to take a few deep breaths, to go within and touch our hearts and remember that there is something far greater than anything that has ever taken place in the world over the vast centuries that we have been living here on this planet. This is not the first time in history that we have been faced with challenges. Let's get a larger perspective and know that this is our time. This is our perfect time. Everything is changing. Thank God everything is changing. And you and I have our important, essential, fabulous part in the change by coming together, by working within ourselves to clear out any anxiety, any doubt, any fear, and allow ourselves to be transformed by the transforming of our minds and hearts, keeping our attention clearly and firmly upon that which we desire, turning away from that which we do not desire to experience in our lives or in this world. Maintain the high watch. Isn't it wonderful? And we do it by service to humankind. We do it by serving a greater purpose. And there's so much joy in this. Give us a sense of, will you say with me, I am wise and compassionate as I work in harmony with others, speaking only truth and co-creating a world that works for all. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Now it is time for our sharing of our prosperity. As we take our gifts in our hands or hold them to our heart figuratively if we give in a different way. And by the way, there are all those methods by which you can make a contribution to our loving, beloved, thriving community. But as we take our gifts, hold them to us, however we do. Let's speak our prosperity affirmation together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered. And so it is. Bring on Karen Drucker.
Be the change that you want to see. are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. We are. We are the ones. We are. We are. I've been feeling like I can't make a difference. I've been feeling like there ain't no use. Feeling tired and a little unconscious, coming up with every kind of excuse, till I realized it's not all up to me. When we join together, we shape our destiny to see a world where we are living as one. It can be, it shall be, it will be done. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. We are. Yes, we are the ones. We are. We are. No one else gonna make the changes. No savior gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but wake up, 'cause it's really up to you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine. Then we will see the world that we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there is no doubt. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. I know we are the ones. We are. We are. We are the ones. We are. We are. And I am the one that I've been waiting for. I know I am the one who will make that difference. I am the one who will change the world. Yes, I am the one. I am. I am. I know I am the one. I am. I am. And we are the ones. We are. We are. Be the change that you want to see now. We are. We are. I know that you can do it. You are. You are. You are. You are. I know that we are. We are. We are. Every day make that change now. We are. We are. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are the ones.
Good morning, everyone. This is Karen Davis. I am so happy to serve you as your board president and treasurer, and I have your Sunday announcements for this chilly, chilly fall morning. If you'd like to gather together for some inspiration with others, we are offering 2 virtual classes. Reverend Mike continues his Science of Mind book club on Zoom each Saturday from 9:45 to 11 a.m. You can jump in anytime for the free class, and we do accept love offerings. If you'd like to join, just email him at revmike@cslphilly.org or call him at 760-828-7698. He'd love to welcome you. Frank Henninger will be offering a virtual writing class on Zoom, and here's Frank to say a bit more about his workshop.
Thank you and good morning. I am Frank Henninger, and I'd like to tell you about a workshop that I will soon be teaching for GPCSL using the Zoom platform. This workshop is being offered for your consideration as a new mindfulness practice to promote your spiritual health and expand your awareness of the good things you experience every day. The workshop is entitled Writing Haiku, a Japanese mindfulness practice. It is being offered on Saturday, November 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. I developed this workshop after a creativity assignment required for one of the graduate courses I had during my time in the Holmes Institute Masters of Consciousness Studies program. Once I started writing haiku poems over 2 years ago, I have written over 150 haiku in the classical 3-line 5-7-5 syllabic format. In this workshop, I will teach that classical format as well as other less structured modern formats with plenty of examples. You will finish the workshop having started your own experience in writing haiku and your development of what is called the haiku mind. This workshop requires no prior experience. It costs $50 per person, payable to GPCSL, and advanced registration is required to receive the Zoom link and the student materials in advance of the workshop date. There are no required books for this workshop except for the student materials that are included in your workshop fee. I hope to see many of you in this forthcoming class.
For more details, go to our events calendar on our website, www.cslphilly.org, where you can also view past Sunday celebrations and Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike's daily love notes. We are holding another wonderful safe distancing tailgate on Sunday, November 1st in the CSL parking lot at 12:30, weather permitting. So mark your calendars, bring your lawn chair, your lunch, snacks, and of course, wear your mask and meet us in the parking lot at Suite 16. That is 16 Industrial Boulevard in Paoli. We'll be behind the building, so just keep driving around and you'll see us all gathered there together, and we hope to see you too. And that is all for the announcements. Super short today. Have a great morning. Happy fall, y'all.
Happy fall, y'all. Karen, that was great. Thank you. And so now we're going to have our closing song by our beloved Eddie Watkins Jr., A World That Works for Everyone.
We are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, we're amazing, and we've just begun to feel the power and freedom to be who we came here to be. As we discover each other and to celebrate humanity, we are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, times are changing. It's a love revolution as we are walking together. Love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone. To a world that works for everyone. marching together. Love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone. To a world that works for
And so we go forward with great joy in our hearts, allowing the divine to serve through the instrumentation that we are. And all is well, and so it is.